Hello and welcome to this video. Today we're going to be doing a stock analysis on Thyssenkrupp, a German steel and iron manufacturer that also produces a lot of our stuff as plastics for the automotive industry and submarines. Now we're going to be doing an SMA analysis and an RSI and look at some of the fundamentals. Now firstly, if we look at the SMA lines, we can see that not too long ago there was a golden cross here on the Friday of 27th of September in 2024. Now this is a nice signal because this means that there is upwards momentum in the stock, which as you can see over the past years it hasn't been that impressive. As you can see, it was up almost, what is this, up to about 7.7 and then it crashed all the way down here to 2.8, so it's actually risen quite a lot since September, being all the way trading all the way up in 6.03. Now, as you can see here, the other day it had a huge spike. This is because there came out some news that they might be selling their submarine division out, or not selling, but removing it from the main company, so that if you own the stock, you will get stock in the new company. And this is very interesting as the war industry in Europe, especially Germany, is taking a big ramp up also because there's going to be coming a new government in Germany by the looks of it, and they are very, very liberal and very business minded. So that is also why a German industry stock like this has exploded. Now we can also see down here in the RSI that has actually performed quite well since the golden cross. As you can see here, it hasn't even bottomed out once. That is very rare to see that. As you can see, the last time was just before the golden cross. It bottomed out, and then once the golden cross came here, it has been rainbows ever since. Look at that, it hasn't bottomed out once. This means that the upwards momentum of the stock is quite nice because no one ever thinks it's oversold, so they often more think it's overbought, but because this is reoccurring, that is why it has such nice momentum. This is quite crazy. There is of course some downside. As you can see here, the earnings report, they earned a lot less than they were expected. This is fine because in a stock like this, where the industry in Germany has been hit quite hard, the German economy has been in a recession, and as I said, this is a large industry stock. They have been performing like shit these past few years. But also, if we look at some of the other earnings per share, it has been very bad lately, as you can see here. So yeah, they don't really make any money at the moment. Also, but they still pay dividends to keep the investors happy. So that's of course nice, but it's barely anything at all. And then and again, as you can see here, their income is zero to none. They have revenue, but their income, the blue lines, it's barely anything. It's always negative, and their margins in Q4 were horrible. But their performance this year has been absolutely magnificent. Also, so analysis rating also say buy, but as you can see, it's a bit below. I personally think it's gonna go up to like 8 or 10 because of the way that Europe and US have been acting towards each other with their defense contracts. Well, not defense contracts, the defense industry. If we look at Europe generally, you can look at a company like Rheinmetall. I will show you it real quick here, which produce the shells that are used for bombing in the Ukraine. As you can see here, it has just exploded, which means that some of these stocks, which European prefer a lot more, they are quite nice. So another one in the industry also, because if the German industry is gonna boom again and we're gonna need submarines or other stuff, this is incredible because ThyssenKrupp makes about 70 to 80% of Europe's nuclear submarines. So that's why I think it's very, very interesting. I think it's gonna go up to 8 or 10 this year, but then again, of course, you don't know. If there is a peace signed in the Ukraine, I think it's gonna tank a bit down towards maybe around here, because people are gonna think immediately, oh no, there's no more war, we're not gonna need guns. But I think after that, it's gonna explode even more because the second there is no war, things like gas, electricity, and all those other fuels are going to be cheaper, so it's going to be cheaper to manufacture. So I think it's going to have a revitalization if that happens. So we have very interesting stock at the moment. So I would definitely have a look out on this because I personally am considering buying it at the moment, but I need to see some more stabilization because after the spike, I think if we could trade all the way over to maybe April at least within this price range here, I think maybe I will buy it if it trades within $5 to $6 here. If it can stabilize here, then I'm probably gonna buy it, because it's simply, if it can maintain this strength, chances of increasing later in the year is very, very high. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.